In 2014, a horrific war in eastern Ukraine took 13,000 lives, a quarter of them civilians, and left over 30,000 wounded. Nearly 2 million people have been internally displaced or put at risk if they remain in their homes. Mulberry International has been ministering to thousands of internally displaced by the war in eastern Ukraine and at-risk families and children. Mulberry International reaches out to the people trapped in the gray zone, a buffer land between two fighting sites. The entry to the gray zone is strictly prohibited and controlled by the military block posts. There are only a few roads that are not mined and safe for travel. The gray zone is being shelled from both sides constantly. Most of the houses in those villages have been destroyed by shelling. Many civilians have been killed. Only those who had no possibility to leave this area are still trapped in it. Among these are the elderly and children. Due to the danger of imminent shelling, even food deliveries are not stable. There are no stores, hospitals, schools, or churches. One of the survivors told us that during the toughest times during the war, there was no bread trucks for weeks, and they wouldn't survive if the Ukrainian soldiers didn't share their food packets with them. Our volunteers serve the lost and forgotten people in these villages and deliver food and medicine to the most vulnerable. Often, these are the elderly and bedridden. Our volunteers share the good news and offer spiritual support for them. These people need clothing, medicine, basic furniture, but we can only provide them with basics to help them survive. We need more resources to provide the rest for them. The city of Mariupol lies just outside the front line and received the most displaced by the war people than any other neighboring cities. The most marginalized are at-risk families with children, and Mulberry helped over 100 families per month. We meet families with children in their loss and need. We listen to their stories. We offer them spiritual help and counseling. We comfort them and assist them with basic necessities. Most of them hear about the saving love of Jesus for the very first time. Our volunteers invite these people to church, where adults attend weekly Bible studies and children enjoy crafts, games, and Bible lessons. In order to reach children from at-risk families, we started the Day Center that invites at-risk and low-income children from a neighboring elementary school for an afternoon program. The staff provides nutritious meals, help with homework, and teaches them Christian principles. Kids receive several meals, engage in play and study, receive educational help if they're not ready for school or if they stop attending school. A Christian psychologist helps these kids overcome trauma, abuse, or fears. Loving Staff extends their care to the families as well, by sending home food packets, inviting them to church, and praying for them. When family situation becomes unsafe for a child, Children's Services take these children and place them into a children's home. Mulberry supports the Christian children's home Good Samaritan that houses up to 40 children and teens. Good Samaritan Children's Home is a loving place where at-risk children live, play, study, and learn about God. Some of kids stay for a few months and return to their biological families. Sometimes they stay at this home until they age out. The staff tries to plant the seeds of faith in every heart, and God yields a great harvest. Many teenagers accept Jesus as their Lord and Savior, and almost all children attend church. God uniquely positioned Mulberry International in this vulnerable area to promote eternal transformation by bringing hope and healing to at-risk children and families. There are many opportunities to impact the most vulnerable and marginalized for Christ. God grew our ministry Mariupol tenfold since 2015, and we are excited to see what He will do in Eastern Ukraine. Join us by becoming our partner and advocate.